Hello and welcome back. And in this video we're going to take a closer look at the trend monitor in action. And we're running on a 2-minute chart for oil. And once again we've speeded up the price action by a factor of approximately 10 times. Otherwise the video would be extremely long. As you can see, we've got the trend monitor, and literally there we've had a transition. We've had a long bullish phase of price action with the solid blue, and we've also got the trend line, the yellow line, on top of the trend monitor itself. We've had two transitions there. Initially we moved to a dark red, then we moved to a dark blue, so clearly we are in a transitional phase here, and now the trend monitor has transitioned fully to bright red. So we've come out of the transitional phase, and in addition you can see that the trend line, the yellow line, has now moved below the fulcrum, if you like, at 0, and moving down to signify a bearish trend. And what the trend line will do is will give a sense of the extent of the trend the further it moves away from the line, and also to a lesser degree the momentum with the steepness of the line overlaying the trend monitor itself. So we've got a nice bearish phase developing, and just while that's building, you can see over there to the left of the chart we had this quite extended bull run higher, but also it's important to note that in the congestion phase in that period the trend monitor transitioned into dark red, but never fully transitioned through to a bright red. So in other words, it held us through the trend, and then the remainder of the bullish trend picked up thereafter. And you can see that's also reflected with the trend line, which dipped down, hovered around the 0 point, and then picked up as the bullish trend developed once again. And that's really what the trend monitor is all about. It's about helping to keep you in through those congestion phases and through those minor reversals and pullbacks which happen in all time frames. Now we're moving along quite nicely. We're maintaining. The trend monitor is remaining bright red. The trend line has moved deeper, moving further away from the 0 point, the fulcrum. So we're in a heavily bearish phase of price action at the moment. Picking up a little bit there. And this is how the trend monitor helps to keep you in. We've had a little run higher there in terms of the price action. The trend line is starting to reverse a little, move higher. So at this point we don't know whether this is simply a minor reversal in a longer term bullish trend, or is it in fact a true reversal in the trend. We've seen nothing on the trend monitor as of yet to give us any clues or signals. Now we've got a dark blue congestion on the trend monitor itself. So we're moving out of the bearish phase, and there we've transitioned straight through to our bright blue. So we've gone from bright red, we had the transitional color, the dark blue, and through to bright blue, signifying that we've now reversed trend for the longer term. And on that transition, there was no transition through to the dark red on this occasion. It doesn't always go in that particular sequence. And occasionally you will see the trend monitor transition directly from bright red to bright blue with no transitional color changes at all. Now we're in a bullish phase of price action. You can see there the trend line, the yellow line, has moved back above the fulcrum and is now climbing steeply, showing the strength of this particular trend that's developing. And it's these phases of congestion which we saw over to the left of the chart there, where the market is in a very quiet period of price action, in a congestion phase, or when you see these reversals and pullbacks, that's where the trend monitor will help to smooth these out, if you like, and help to keep you in the trend. If you've already seen the videos on the trends indicator, you'll know that that works very close to the market. The trend monitor takes a more considered view. It's the macro and micro view, if you like, of a trend. And they work brilliantly together. But here we're just looking at the trend monitor working on its own with the indicator that also comes with it, the trend line, the yellow trend line. So we've got quite a strong reversal here on our bullish price action, on our bullish trend. The trend monitor has not transitioned, it's not changed yet. We've seen no transitional colors appear. The trend line is getting very close to the fulcrum, and indeed there, as you can see, we've now transitioned to dark red. Are we going to see a full transition through to the bright red? No, we've gone to dark blue. Definitely in a congestion phase. We could see the market pick up and revert back to bullish. We're not sure at this point. It's now reverted to dark red again, so we've definitely got a very strong area of congestion developing. And now the trend monitor has transitioned back to blue. And the important point there is to note that if you were thinking of going short at that point, the market, whilst it reversed, was not strong enough to signal on the trend monitor a complete transition through to bright red. We had the dark red, we had dark blue, and then a further dark red band, but the indicator never transitioned fully through to bright red to signal a true reversal in trend. So there it was helping to keep you in this bullish price action, which has now picked up again. And we're on to the next phase of the price action. And that's a very nice example of what the trend monitor is all about. It's helping to describe the trend. It's helping to describe those areas of congestion, those areas where price action reversed temporarily. And if it's a true reversal in trend, then it will be signaled on the trend monitor with a change from one bright color to another, either from bright blue to bright red or vice versa, depending on which way the market is traveling. Now you can see the yellow trend line. We're flattening off. We're up at the top. We've had a strong rally. We're starting to roll over a little bit now. Trend monitors remaining blue for the time being, helping us to stay in this particular trend. And of course, in addition to the trend monitor, you would be using other indicators. You might be looking at the trend indicator as well. You might be considering volume, and you'd also certainly be looking at this in multiple time frames also. The trend line is moving back to our fulcrum, our 0 point on the indicator. We're still in blue. The market's sliding lower. No change in color just yet on the trend monitor. And now we've got our first transitional change. We've gone to dark blue. So we know we're in a pause point, and we've gone directly through to bright red. So our trend has now changed. We've come to the end of our bullish phase of price action, and we're now entering a phase of bearish price action, signaled initially with a change to dark blue. It wasn't followed by a change to dark red. It went straight through into bright red for the next phase of price action. And we're now looking for the bearish trend to develop accordingly. You can see there the trend line has now moved below the fulcrum. It's below the 0 level. Not terribly strong, the momentum at the moment, but nevertheless a bearish phase of price action building accordingly. So that's the trend monitor in action live on the charts. And I hope that you can see from this short video that it really is one of those indicators that's been developed to help describe the trend, the price action, and to provide that all-important support in maintaining a position once you're in the market. In the next video, we're going to look at how we can fine-tune the indicator to your particular trading style. So thanks for watching, and see you again soon, and bye for now.